Hello, 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 and yeah, we're back to Title Tuesday. Thank you for watching. Press like, press subscribe. Let's tromp him up, and I'm hoping for a decent Title Tuesday, as it's been a bit bad since I got that massive score. But whatever happens, we will have some fun, I hope. Yeah, I'm looking a bit smart today. Surprisingly enough, I don't always dress like this, but I'm not at home. I'm actually streaming from an office I sometimes share with a friend, bit of rent, and I'm eventually filming this Stonewall, Richard Rapport Stonewall course. So I thought I got to look good for it, which will be available to buy shortly on GingerGM.com. But let's not worry about that now. Let's try to checkmate. Now, quite a bizarre position here. I'm pushing all my pawns, and this could, of course, backfire to some break like e5 or g5. But it's nice to have a little bit of extra space, and if I can get castled and get these guys out, it should all be good. Not sure my opponent's bishop was best placed there. It might have even been better if he put it all the way back on e8. And this is the kind of break that I've got to watch out for at some point, but it's not working now. Okay, so he's played a bit calmer, and I expect he wants to play c5. How do we do this? Well, let's get the bishop out. Maybe my queen should line up against the king, or I should put the knight there and play something like c3. Now, bishop e7 seems normal as well, and I might have to drop back to defend that pawn because I don't want a nasty check coming over here. So he's gone c5. Okay, fair enough. And now I was hoping I could take this one and open it up. Takes, check, bishop e7, and then bishop d6 is quite interesting, but doesn't seem to achieve a lot. And if I go here, he's going to take and check me. So I think I probably have to take this one. But again, I don't know. I guess it's fairly even at this moment in time. He could complicate it, but pawn takes pawn is obviously critical. Check, bishop e7. Then I want to play bishop d6, but bishop e6 is getting bloody complicated. And then I take. Okay, he's gone here. I don't have to worry about it. All right, so we've got to watch out for another check. But now we have moves like d6, already quite a mad position. I suppose my king can always come here. Now, do we flick this one in, or do I just develop? I'm going to just develop. And if he checks me, I'm going to probably put my king here. Maybe it's even better on f1 because I get out of this diagonal if I want to take this pawn. And if check, I do also have c3. Takes, bishop c5, and his bishop's going to be quite good on this place here. So we will see. Okay, again, we don't have to worry about it. He's done something else. So this one is a pain, though. Now, I've got d6 up my sleeve, but I have to deal with that first. So let's just play bishop back. And where does the king want to go? I mean, g2 looks like the safest, right? And if he takes, I expect I'm going to grab that pawn. It looks like a decent pawn to grab. And if he doesn't do anything, now d6 seems quite strong. So, for example, if he castles, d6 and g5 will lead to a bit of an attack for me. So now he's gone check, and I did decide this one was best, right? Don't want to put it on a dark square, and I eventually want to get my king to the safe square here. So I think we should take this one. Now we've got c3, and you can see why I didn't put my king on this square, because then I might get pinned. And if he castles, is it time to play g5? Is g5 actually going to help me after h5, or do I wait a little bit? Here, his bishop comes here. Let's just move the king. I'm going to have to do that to connect my rooks. And yeah, he's now going to fight against my good knight here, which is a bit annoying. Now, knight coming in here. Okay, let's do it. This is the most dynamic because I'm hovering around his king. And we're both a bit short of time here. So I'm going to take with the bishop. And now he's going for the dark squares. That's quite a clever idea that he's got there. Okay, I'm going to keep the bishops on. I'm going to increase my pace a little bit. Queen f6, okay. Here, Is he actually going to take that pawn? I don't know. Maybe. So I did say I was going to... I mean, I hate getting short of time, which you guys realise. And the other idea I got with this one, bishop c2, queen d3, and it helps that I haven't played g5, because if he goes g6, I might have the break h5, which I wouldn't be as effective if we had this structure here. So it's like, yeah, the threat is better than the execution. And now it's time. Is it time to go for it? Here, g6, h5 takes though. And if I go here, his knight's going to come in. So this is the move I really want to play. But after g6, h5 takes. I did say I was going to hurry up, didn't I? I don't know if I like that. Okay, maybe I should have played that, but I'm bottling it a little bit. I want to play a3. And let's do this first, because that check must be something over there. And now I've got to stop his knight coming in. And this is the move I mentioned earlier. I like my position now, but he is coming in with the knight to this square. So we're trying to at least create a pin. If his knight comes in there, his knight does come in there. And do I even take this one? I don't know. h5 looks a bit crazy. Very risky move that. Oh God, no. Okay, we'll take it. Just got to play quick here. And my position's got a lot worse over the last couple of moves. This is not good play by me. And I don't like it. Don't like it, Simon. What have you done? You're not good when you're short of time. Don't want to lose the first one. But he's playing very well now. Have to try dodgy ending. But he's going... What is this? This is not good. Why am I so weak? Is the question. Gonna play quick and shut up. I should have gone check. Oh, he's gone check. Shit. Fuck. Oh, well, there we go again. Bit of a bad... I can't play short time. Oh, okay. We will get better after that one, but that was a really bad game, especially as I was getting on top of it at the end there. I need this coffee straight away. Typical stuff. Well, I mean, just to share with you, it's been quite a tough couple of weeks. I mean, unfortunately on Valentine's Day, yeah, my best friend and my cat of a long time, Charlie, 21-year-old, passed away. Well, we heard the news on Valentine's Day that he was going to have to be put down, me and girlfriend, so it was pretty heartbreaking. And yeah, it took quite, well, obviously not recovered yet. Takes a long time to recover from things like that. I mean, it's weird because people might say it's only a cat, but the bond you can get with an animal, I think, is even more than you can get with a human. I've lost a lot of people in my life, but animals are very special, and you get kind of a magical bond with some animals. And anyone who doesn't ever have that, I feel sorry for, because it is special. So we had the vets come over, and I couldn't be there. I had to leave the house, but unfortunately I had to put Charlie down. So that was hard. And it was the same weekend I was moving house, so we had to move house. The rent went up too much from where we're living. And that also meant that we kind of lost the second cat, Diesel, who's our next door neighbour's cat, because he used to come over all the time. We don't see him anymore, so it's been a bit of a shit couple of weeks. And games like that kind of sum it up. So it's time to try and turn it around now and make things better. We won't have any cats coming in interfering in my games, but clearly I need to play a little bit more spicy. So we'll see if we can get in a better mood and do this. It's probably going to take a couple more weeks until I start cracking some jokes and going a bit crazy again, but we will get there. It's life, innit? You get knocked down, you have to get up. I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls out there have experienced the same thing. You know what you do. There's no point being miserable. Yeah, and still can't look at pictures of him or anything like that. It's too painful. So even talking about him does well me up a little bit. So actually losing the game of chess doesn't feel so bad at the moment. You know, like a couple of weeks ago, I'd be like, oh, my life would be ruined. But it's only a game of chess. No, chess is bloody important still. Okay, so we're going to have to do the Swiss Gambit now. Moving on. Let's try to focus on the chess. And we lost the first round. So let's just try to get a run of 4 wins now. The moments in that where I thought I was playing okay. Let's have a look at the game review, see if we can just see where I went wrong. I mean,
it's natural to forget about tactics in the endgame.
So I missed an opportunity.
This move left their pawn hanging.
Okay, so I could have just taken this pawn. You see, this is the kind of thing which is so easy to see afterwards. And we won't look at the rest of it because it looked quite painful. But at the time, easy to miss. And yeah, one thing I need to do is just, okay, I need to play some warm-up games for Title Tuesday. I need to get a less squeaky chair. I need to stop smoking. I've gone back smoking again recently. Understandably. Doesn't really matter. And I need to start fucking winning. Sorry, kids. I swear it again. But I really don't care at the moment. And I need to down this coffee. Okay, come on. Let's start playing some chess. And we're going to go Sicilian today. I'm going to try the Löwenthal. I don't think I've ever been able to get it in. No one goes d4 against me. We're going to get this interesting Löwenthal opening. Hopefully, if he goes here. And now this is my last chessball course, where you give up this tremendous square, but you continue with this move, and you get quite good development here with some tricks against c2. And I've got to remember my stuff. It's d5 now. Yeah, my memory again. We won't go on about my memory. It's terrible. And now I think I just take back here. And when I was working on the course, I pretty much came to the conclusion this was absolutely fine. But why I'm just wondering now why we don't take there. Is there a reason why we don't take there? It seems like taking a bishop. Okay, let's stick with what I think I did in the course. Maybe taking there was better. And this position should be basically even. My opponent's got 2 bishops. Maybe I should take on d3 there. Who knows? But we've got quite a nice pawn centre. And I'm just going to put my king on f7 and then try to centralise the rooks. We've got to watch out for f4. That's a break that will try to open up the bishops. So I might have to play g5. We want to use the majority of pawns because that's where you control more areas of the board. So I want to get these guys going. And of course, put your rooks on the open lines and try to neutralise the bishops. The good thing about having... now, am I worried about this one? Let me think. Interesting move that. I'm gonna play. Are we gonna play there? This one's a bit weird, isn't it? So, and this pawn. So maybe I don't. But if I go here, he goes there anyway. This move is kind of annoying me. So rook here, bishop there, rook here, c4 is what I am a little bit worried about. Rook here, bishop there. Do I move this one then? It's a weird position. Let's go here. But this was a good move. It's causing me some problems because actually now if he moves the bishop here, I was hoping I had rook here. Okay, so now he wants to play f4. So let's bring the other one here. I'm hoping this rook helps me because if he attacks it now I can go here and he doesn't have c4. He's stopping g5, and this move doesn't really seem to help me at the moment. Now I can move the pawn. Let's try this. Let's try to use this majority again because I'm not happy with that bishop sitting where it is. And if I move it again, he'll probably go f3, but I don't see any other way to easily defend that pawn. Now f3, he's got to open up those bishops. And he's playing very well here. Now, can I go e3 and knight b4? I'm moving so slow, guys, again. Let's try it. No, let's not try it because he takes there. So I have to take. And now this pawn's a bit funny as well. He's going rook here. So I don't actually like this position. Where has it gone wrong? I can't get to this pawn here. And rook here is a really annoying move to deal with. I think I have to move this one. My piece is just funny. So this is why I'm spending time, but we know what happens when I spend time. I play like a twat. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Rook here is really annoying me because then he doubles up and I get in trouble, but I don't know what else to play. This move, all my pieces are really uncomfortable here. And his bishops have come to life. So this is going to be an interesting one afterwards to look at. But at the moment, this is horrible. I have to go here, no? To try and... I've got to move quick. Let's put the coffee away. When it rains, it pours, right, guys? As we all know. Check. Put that in your pipe. That's my evil laugh, by the way. And now we want to exchange off, but I'm not gonna relax until I've got this one at the back of the net because I'm not very confident at this moment in time. So I'd love to swap off some bishops, and I'd love to not to lose on time. So there, allow his bishop back in. That was a little bit silly. Okay, let's try to use this majority, Simon. Try to get a past pawn. And he's got check over here. See how badly I'm playing. He didn't see it. Very fortunate of me. And you can see I'm just blundering all over the shop. Should be winning again now, as long as I'm careful. We've got to float this pawn as quickly as you can. But bishops, they're tricky little guys, right? And time is tricky, so I've got to try to use the combination of these two to come up the board. And what was that? Okay, well, it should be easy now. God, winning a game. How does that feel like? It feels good. But that was not a great game. He played parts of that game incredibly well, I thought. He sort of outplayed me in the middle game. And this is, you know, as I'm still learning and opening, it's the middle games you've really got to concentrate on and learn a little bit more about. And if we go here, as you can see, and again, I don't trust the computer's assessment too much. I should have gone for my initial thought, and this is where just the memory phased me, because I think he should go knight takes. That was the thing. So he's actually made a mistake here. So after d5, knight takes, I feel is much better. Did he? No, he did play knight takes. So no, maybe it's pawn takes he has to play then to avoid that. Yeah, because after knight takes, what I should do, I should just take here and go here, where I might be a little bit better. After this one, actually, f6, computer's top move. He puts his rook on a good square, and now he plays this. And this is a bit annoying because I can't move this knight because of this one. If I play the move I wanted to, then I was worried about bishop here, and I seem to get a bit tied up. So he's playing this very well, and now bishop a5, he could have completely tied me up with this one, and I have to move my knight. So I didn't find a good solution. But if I go here, b6 he wins a pawn by taking here, so I have to go rook d7. I was a little bit concerned about c4 here, and after this one I was a bit concerned about b3, but the computer shows that I can, and this is the move I kind of underestimated, play b5 and get a little bit of action going over there and trying to keep moving things. So okay, so we live and we learn. That's the moral of today, boys and gals. We live and we learn. And I've still got loads of this coffee to drink. It shouldn't be, it's like 4 o'clock and I don't sleep very well, especially at the moment. So coffee ain't going to help, but I'll have a glass of wine later. Don't worry, that will counteract it, won't it? Maybe a bit of whiskey, a bit of Valium. No, joking. Don't do any of that. Yeah, okay. So we're on 1 point. Who's playing this time? All the top guys are playing. You got Magnus Carlsen at the top. I was listening to his Joe Rogan podcast. I thought it was very good, to be honest. I quite like Joe Rogan podcasts. He has some really interesting guests there. Much to my girlfriend's disappointment, because she's not a Joe Rogan fan, and I'm not sure I am politically, but we won't go there. I always get myself in these tangles. Just stay away. Just remember those Nirvana lyrics when you're thinking about politics. I'm really not that political, but even saying that, people are going to say, "Oh, you idiot, Simon, you got to be political." But they're all bastards, aren't they? They're all bastards. They're all wrong bastards. But I thought the podcast was very good. I only listened to about an hour of it down the gym. Managed to get down the gym today. Gonna have to get back in the boxing. That'll be a good fun of mine. And I thought it was really good. I mean, it's, you know, obviously quite basic, and it may be a bit boring even because I heard most of it before, I know most of it, but I think for non-chess players, I thought Magnus came across great. It's the kind of thing we need to, you know, bring chess to the next level. He's just a normal geezer. You know, at least he's honest about his opinion about certain people like Hans. Whether you like it or not, it's nice to hear his opinion, and you know, that's just what he thinks. So at least he says what he thinks, which is good. And yeah, it was I thought it was interesting. I actually recommend it. So if you want to listen to Magnus and Joe Rogan have a chat, then go and check it out. You know. Right. So back to the players. And yeah, well, I think we're going to struggle to face Magnus now, because after that first win, Magnus might just win everything. And we are playing, so I think it's called the Swiss Gambit, where you lose the first round and then you win everything else because you give yourself easier pairings. So that's what I'm doing intentionally, of course. I lost that first round intentionally, and you know, just to give myself a little easier ride in life. We want an easy ride. And you know, going back, I always talk about this because I think about it quite a lot, about the simulation theory that we're all in a computer game, and you have certain levels you play on, right? You know, like when you play most computer games, you can play like I'm a noob, super easy level, where you basically just point the mouse or something at someone and they explode if you're doing a shoot 'em up. And then you have the extra hard level where you shoot them in the forehead and they don't die, and they just like look at you and you die. And I kind of think like maybe when we go into this life, we have to pick what level we play on. What I'd be interested to know, what level do you think you guys are on? Is anyone picked easy level? Is it more satisfying to win at hard level? Because for me, whenever I play computer games, I'm very happy being a noob and winning at easy level. So I don't know why it's stuck on hard level at the moment. What do I need to do, boys and girls, to make it a little bit easier? Play more chess? Do more streaming? Well, I don't really stream at the moment. We're trying to get back into it, but I think YouTube's where it's at. And the other reason I'm actually streaming here, and yeah, look at that. That's curly hair, isn't it? Yeah, that is. Yeah, people say I look like a Viking, but I don't know, just reject Viking. And you probably never seen me wear this smart little thing before. Is that at home we had to box all our stuff up, deal with what was going on at the time, very emotional. We moved all the boxes over, and I can't find my bloody keyboard or my mic or my camera. I literally looked everywhere. I've got about 30-40 boxes. I've looked through them all, can't find them. What's going on? Who's nicked my keyboard? Okay, so we need to try and win this one. So Queen's Gambit, let's just play normal chess. Bring the knights out because they like a bit of action. This move always annoys me. I'm just gonna stop b5 because it seems normal to do that. I'm not sure I like this move too much because this square is a bit weak. And now I nearly always put the bishop here in the Queen's Gambit, but again, maybe in this variation g5 is a little bit better. And I'm just trying to complete my development before we think about what to do. Maybe I should be playing c5 in these positions because b6 becomes a little bit harder for him to play. And the normal way to play it when these pawns are back on these squares is to take on d5 after bishop b7. Now he has got the possibility of taking this diagonal, but then I've got a nice solid pawn structure, and I'm just not going to do anything mental. And this has its advantages as he keeps the pawn in the center, but his bishop is bad. And the standard way to meet this is with some idea like this, going for the attack. So I'm quite happy this line occurred because it gives me more chances to attack, and that's what we like in life. But he's stopping queen here because maybe he's taking that one. Then I can take there, but I'm not sure how much an advantage that is. Queen here, takes, knight takes, queen here. The other idea is to try and play a 4, but maybe I should keep it super safe. I'm going to keep it super safe at the moment. With the idea taking, I have to get rid of that knight. I lose my good knight, but I save a pawn. So if he takes, the knight comes in here. And that's kind of interesting because I've got queen h3 then. with some vague threats. But the other move to watch out for in these variations is knight e4. In this position, if he doesn't do anything quick, I'm going to put a rook on d1 where it's ideally placed, defending d4, lining, getting ready for the opening of the position when we take here. And you know, if he doesn't do anything, my moves play themselves. Rook here, queen here, and then we try to get rid of the knight. Now, I think against this, we can... Interesting move, but I don't really trust it for him. I'm just wondering if I go gung-ho. Now, if I move my rook, can he do that? Takes, knight takes. Don't then have the check. And if I go queen here, takes, knight takes, bishop takes here, pawn takes, queen takes, knight e4. And I can't see what I'm doing there. Bloody complicated again. Okay, we're just going to play this one. If he takes, we'll go back to the knight takes c6 idea, but I'm not sure. I think he should be taken on d4 here. I mean, he can play for the advance over here, but my attack's going to be very strong. And, of course, he should do this now. So takes, I really want to play this move. But knight takes, I can't see a good option. Queen here. And a bit of initiative, but I don't believe it. So we're going to play it safe, which is a bit disappointing. Because I wanted to keep that knight. And I don't like... In this, I don't want to have a symmetrical pawn structure as more drawing. And maybe these two moves, well, both of our pawns are a little bit weak to the light square bishops. As long, though, as I stop him going knight e4, which he can't do at the moment because I've got 1, 2, 3 attacking that square. He's got 2 defending, so I win a pawn if he did that. I should be all right. So we're keeping it simple. Okay, so he does attack my pawn. Wise idea. Let's go here now, because the bishop on e7 is on Prix. If he moves this bishop, there could be some other ideas. And now if I go here, he comes in. So do I have to play this move? Don't like this move. And time. I want to plonk this guy into e5. If he moves his bishop like here, I take on h6, I hope. I'm hoping this is a bit of an issue. And again, oh, he's trying to swap the queens off, the boring bastard. Probably a good move though, right? Because my queen is very dangerous and I can't do anything except for swapping them off. Okay, now we're going to have to go into positional mode. There's no more attacks here. I'm going to have to start targeting these pawns. So we're going to aim for this one and in some cases aim for that one. Look for the weak pawns. My pieces seem to be quite well placed. This move might be quite clever, but then I can take the rook and take there, I hope. And if he moves his knight back, I'm going to go bishop in to try and get that one. Now, do I play this first? Maybe this one first will encourage him to push the pawn, which I think I'm happy with, even though I'm not even sure, because he's got the idea of pushing my knight away and then coming in here, which I'm not happy with. Okay, and this is also obviously an idea. He's got knight coming in here at the right time, so we've got to stop that. At least he's a little bit more short time than me, which is good. Now I'm thinking this one, trying to get rid of the knight, get rid of that pawn, but it looks fairly even. I can also play it safe, just put the bishop here. Let's keep it safe for now, keep control. And just get out the pin so my knight can move. And can we now eliminate this guy? I hope so. We always had a little bit more pressure. Now he's actually in a bit of trouble here because I can also do this and my bishops are splendid, even though he's found a very good move. Oh no, if I go there, he goes there and I lose a piece. That was a great move he found. Shit. And I have to come back now. We're a pawn up. I should have just taken on f7 straight away. I got way too cocky there. And I've got to watch out for bishop c5 again. I've fallen for that already today. Okay, well, at least it doesn't lose a piece this time. We're a pawn up. But for how long? Oh, shit. Not long by the looks of it. Oh dear, okay. Got to play quick. Bishop a4. Oh no, that's a mouse slip. I didn't want to play that move. When it rains, guys. Why my mouse so bad? Okay, let's keep things very safe. My pawn, I don't know why I moved it to this god-awful square. Try to dominate that knight. Use the king. He's very short time. Do I take? Do I push? Let's push past pawn. Let's give him a check. Don't know if it cheese much. It's got to take my pawn here. And this move should be very good for me because his h-pawn is very weak. And look at my king. My king is so active here. If he moves his rook up, I come in with a check, which should be good because I've got a lot of... Oh my god, I thought I checked. Oh man, I actually went to check there and the mouse let me down. I can't believe this. When I thought I checked and then take the pawn. Oh man, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? Let's try and get some resemblance of... I'm looking at the mouse, but that was just me being... I mean, so right at the end there, it's painful to watch. It's painful. Imagine if you're finding this painful to watch. Imagine how painful it is to play. We're still warming up. We're getting there slowly. So I meant to check here, and I thought I did check, and then I basically was going to check and then take the pawn, and I thought that was on the board, and I was waiting for this one where I take here, which is just winning. So I got too many pawns, and instead my mouse decided to go one square further and clump that one. Bloody hell. Let's get more coffee in, boys and girls. Cheers. Where's that bottle of whiskey? I need to pour it in to my coffee. Well, we're doing what we call the double Swiss Gambit, where we can now go for 9 out of 11. It will get better. We'll get better. I feel like I played that game pretty well until the end. I mean, obviously not perfectly, but let's just have a look.
You did well to build an advantage.
I mean, I'm always better.
Let's review your endgame play to see how you can bring home the victory.
Made that mousy slip here.
You only had one good option there.
Mistake. But yeah, it was a close
Takes
game.
back.
Too positional. I think after all this shambolicness, we're just gonna have to go wild. Bring out the cowboy. The psycho cowboy's gonna have to come out now. You're gonna have to bring him out. Oh, mate. Okay. Come on, cowboy coffee. Let's do it. Let's at least get back to 50% and move quicker. It's all about the flow state, isn't it? I haven't quite hit it yet. Okay, come on. So let's see if we can get another one of these Löwenthal's. Okay, he's playing the closest in. I love playing against this because it's a reversed English opening. I don't know why I don't play the English as much in Title Tuesday. I should do because I like the English. I just end up playing D4 and thinking, why didn't I play the English? And this is basically a reversed English opening where you're going for control of this. And this position, I think should be quite okay for me because I'm going to get some control of centre. It's probably about even. If he pushes forwards, where do I move my knight? I could play risky, or I could just retreat and then play for a later f5. That's normally what happens when you get this Lego structure in centre. The Lego locks in the middle. So I'm going to do that because the position's closed. And the long... do I take this? I could take that because that knight's quite annoying. And the idea of going f5 is very normal. And also now I might not have to play f6 because of this one. So let's get it in and hope to get an initiative over there. Now I'm not too worried about pawns because we're doing the psycho cowboy job. Have a pawn. Let's not worry about it. We want this square. We want to attack over here. So maybe he should grab the pawn. There's no point being a pussy, is there? Just grab the bloody pawn. Now that one is really asking for it. Mainly because of this, I would say, but I'll flick in knight c5 first and see where he moves the queen. So he wants this move. I really like my knight, so I'm gonna stop b4, and I don't know. f4 was a much better move. If I was flying a bit higher there, I would have played f4 immediately, because f4 and f3, put on your pipe and smoke it. Oh, come on, home in on some skills, Simon. Oh, coffee. I've still got loads of this coffee. It's about the 4th coffee of the day. But my position's still good, right? 2 nice pawns. These moves on the board, and these pieces not great. If he moves his knight here, we give it another boot. Give it a little kick. Get out of my place. b5. And I'm very tempted now. But what's he doing? He's playing bad moves. And I said this last Title Tuesday. When your opponent's playing bad moves, let him hang himself. I don't know why the rook's there. Now his queen is very nearly trapped after this, but very nearly is not trapped. And he wants bishop here. Okay, now we're going to do this, because I don't want his bishop coming to the square. And I might have b4 and e4 and f3 and this and h5 and this and a4 and this, and then the knight come. Okay, life goes on. But this is nice, because now we have the e5 square, and we have 2 good ideas here. One was to put the bishop there, but there might even be a better idea putting a knight on one of these squares, followed up by this big move. He hasn't got queen here check, because look at my beautiful steeds controlling. Now this move is shouting out to be played, but do we want to even play some weird stuff like this? Because I don't want to let his bishop into the game. I want to get the rook in. I want too much in life. I want queen here, rook here. Okay, let's keep up on the clock. So this one I'm thinking of, we keep the threat yet again, because as soon as I go that, his bishop can come out and his knight has 2 squares. So let's keep his bishop out and control the knight. Okay, now I'm going to move as many pieces near to his king as I can. Now f3, knight takes, right? So how about we go here and we try to keep some pieces on the board. If his knight moves here, this doesn't help because the queen takes, but surely my knight can come somewhere else, even if I have to come back. But I think knight f3 is a good move, right? He has played it. Now, if the knight comes in, like Flynn, how am I following up? Maybe I should just get rid of this. Queen takes. Can I get my other knight there? Not easily. So we're defending pretty well. Okay, if I go... Yeah. Okay, let's go here. Let's keep pieces on the board. Let's keep pieces on the board. I'm going to try and just play like the cow. We've got to play more cowboy style. And let's just try and take that one. Let's just go for it. He still can't get his bishop in the game. He's going over here. He can have that pawn. Let's do it. Let's do it. There's no point showing any fear now. We're going to go all in. So rather than be like a pawn up or say, we want to be a pawn down. Much more fun to be a pawn down than a pawn up. I think it was Garry Kasparov who was the first person who said that. Be a pawn down, not a pawn up. When I played Karpov in '86, I loved being a pawn down. I didn't like being a pawn up. Being a pawn up, I don't know why he's saying it in this accent. Being a pawn up is for wimps. Much better to be a pawn down, isn't it? And that's how he spoke in a South London accent. Okay, well here we go. Come on, now we're gonna have to play f3, and we might even be a pawn up here somehow. And he's doing the same tactic again, the cheeky bastard. Now, how is this? It's a lovely idea. If he takes here, I go check. Look at this. Check, takes. Beautiful. A beautiful little intermezzo there. Kasparov will be throwing the gold coins on the board. Simon, you're my hero. Thank you, Gary. Cheers, Gary. Thank you. Hi, Gary. And let's just grab them all. Now I'm happy to grab some... maybe not. Let's check him. Yeah. You know what? If I can get this week 7.5, that's a good recovery road. You know, that I think. Let's just aim for... Let's not aim for the stars anymore, because I have to win every game to get star level. clutching for those babies up there. Let's try to get 7.5. But we're on 50%. The cowboy's coming a little bit more in. If I can just release him, hey cowboy, then I think things will be good. So 4 rounds down, we are on 50%. Solid. Solid is all I can say. Non-inspirational, but hey ho, it's 50%. And I'm going to pause it in mine, but the next round for you guys will start any second now. Alright, let's get the English on the board. We're going for 4 out of 4 in this middle section against Mohammed. And that is, of course, the Palestine flag. And we have the symmetrical English. And this is a bit more positional, but it's quite nice playing positional sometimes. And my opponent's playing a very solid setup. I'm going to go h4 here. Now, I don't know if this is the best line, but it's the most fun line, right? We're trying to make one of the most solid openings, the English opening, more tactical. Normally black doesn't put a knight there in that situation, but he does have ideas of taking here. So how do we meet this? Do we just come back? Do we take here? Let's take here first. And I want to get my queen on the h-file. Swapping off the bishop will weaken his king, so we're just going for checkmate now. If he takes so, it does block my queen's way in. I haven't committed my king yet, and my king ain't going kingside anymore, my friends. It's going over here. So, okay, there's a target. Yeah, clever. Now, it's a bit annoying to defend that, isn't it? Do I have to go rook here? Alright, but when I get another rook over there, it's going to look quite sensible, isn't it? And he's still got this traffic jam of pieces. So my follow-up will be move the queen and castle, get a rook there, rook here, bang. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's nice to have a plan, and it's even nicer when a plan comes together, which is quite rare for me at the moment. So it's a pity my queen can't come in this way. This is the only problem we're having, the pawn there, because I'd love to get my queen on the dark squares. Is there any way I can do that? Going here just seems wrong, and it's not going anywhere. The only other thing I can think of, some crazy idea where I put it on d2, go e4 and e... Yeah, I don't like that. That's just silly. But it's up to my opponent to do something. Okay, so he's trying to exchange off. What about this move? That is so stupid. I might have to play it. Takes is bloody stupid. Queen here. Check. I have to play it. It is so stupid. It's got to be played. And now we come here. Oh yes. It might not be good, but it looks cool, yeah? And he's got to run away with the king. Okie doke. So now we come in. And this is actually really looking quite nice. What a move. King d2. You don't need to castle in chess. It's a waste of time. And the other rook is swinging around as well. If he goes rook f7, this check should be very strong, as well as just taking here. Rook here, let's calculate this check. Rook back. Many tempting moves there, including just rook h1. And he's still got this problem with his pieces over here. So I don't see how he can defend this. I mean, he can go like d6, defending like that. Maybe that's a better try. And this one, well, he's certainly congested. If only I could get a knight there now. Is he going to move his knight next? He's going to try, isn't he? So maybe I should get on this pawn so he can't do that. Let's go here, because if he moves his knight, I take there. And there might be a queen sacrifice at the right time. A very automatic move will be to bring this rook in as well. And the pressure is mounting. And also queen g7 can't do any damage, can it here? So he's really tied up now. I think he's going to struggle to get out of this one. But how do we put the ball in the back of net? Here, check. You go knight g8. So that doesn't work. I can't see the finish, but we don't always need to finish. And he can't... What's he doing next? Okay, let's just play this one quickly, because that can't be a bad move. And then something like rook g7, and we're going to try to get rid of these two. Okay, so rook g7 looks very strong. if he takes, my pieces are floating in. I don't see how he's going to defend this. And I'm threatening everything here. This must be game over now. There's no defence to this, surely. And it all started from this weird king d2 move. Very weird way of doing it. And it's checkmate in 2 now. We're going to take there. So that was interesting. Wow, that's how you play the English. You play the English like an absolute nutter. Go for checkmate, throw the h-pawn. Everyone thinks the English is a positional opening, not when you checkmate in 22 moves. And it all started with this little h4 move. And I think the key move here was in this position, king d2. That was good. I like that one. Get the queen over. Right, now I need to use the little boys' room. Hopefully the next round won't start too soon. But we're rolling now. 3 out of 3. We're going to get 9 out of 11. I'm thinking big score again. 7.5 I'll settle. But 9's better than 7.5, isn't it? I think that's what I was taught at school. Depends what you're talking about, isn't it? Ooh, okay, we're back. And we finished the coffee. It's amazing the power of caffeine, isn't it? Caffeine just keeps me going at the moment. One of the things I love doing in the morning is grinding I've got a little routine. Everyone's got their morning routine, but grinding fresh coffee beans and then drinking the strongest cup of coffee you can is just an amazing feeling, right? It's the small things in life which give us pleasure, I think. Well, let's have a look. Do we think king d2 is the best move here? Oh, wow. That's amazing. Look at the computer. The computer actually gives king d2 as the top move. I love that. So this would be a great training position. You give this position to a student or something and you say, what is white's best move? Because I think a lot of people will just try to castle as I was, but you don't need to. It's actually much more important to get the queen and rook in as important as possible. And you don't always need to castle, especially when you've got 3 pawns in front of your king. So moving the king to d2 was, dare I say it, a little bit of class.
Good opening knowledge let you exploit your opponent's positional misstep.
And we love the solid growth. 29.50 is where I should be. So we're slowly getting back to where we belong, I feel, in life. At the top of the food chain rather than the bottom. Anywhere on the food chain's good at the moment, right? Anywhere for all of us. Tough times. I mean, what the hell's going on in the world? It's so... I mean, I suppose the world's always like this, completely fucked up at all times. It's so weird. I mean, again, even not being political, it's just like there's so much... It's just like surreal. I think some shifting has happened when the timeline of normal world things has sort of gone... and it's gone a bit like, whoa, let's just throw that into the mix to make it a little bit more interesting, eh? Let's just do that. Let's just throw something completely random in. I tell you, it's going to be aliens next. I can see that coming. Aliens going to come down. Hans Niemann's going to be world champion. He's a bloody good player, Hans, so I wouldn't be that surprised. What else can happen? Don't know. Anything's possible, right? Okay, now we're waiting for the next game, so let's see if we can start playing at a better standard. And the next game should be starting quite soon, but that was a quick game I played. So standings for those players who are good at chess. Magneto, the Brilliant, is on 5 out of 5. For those of you who watched his, well, not watched or listened to his podcast, I mean, we try not to be jealous in life, right? Because it's not a good trait. I actually thought jealousy was probably one of the 7 deadly sins, but then I googled it and I realised that maybe God gets a bit jealous because he gets a bit jealous of us not worshipping him, right? Is that right? God, here we go. I'm really opening myself up here. But if you're going to be jealous of anyone, Magnus, because I was listening to him and he was asked, well, how much time do you spend doing chess? He goes, well, I'm a bit lazy. You know, can't be bothered looking at chess every day. Play a bit online. I'm always thinking about it, but don't really do any study. I prefer sleeping. And I'm like, really? There's these guys, you know, these top players who spend like 8-9 hours a day, every day of their life. I've spent hours of my life, which you've got to do. And this is this purely brilliantly talented chess player who just sleeps, you know, does what he wants and is, I think, the best chess player of all time. I mean, you know, something went right for the lad at some point. So don't be jealous, Simon. Don't be jealous, Magnus. Don't. He deserves everything. He does. He's a nice guy and he's a great chess player. Okay, so now this ending. Well, I think there was a win there, wasn't there? I'm just trying to think of the win, but with no time on the clock, as White's got no time. White has to be careful he doesn't lose on time, actually. This is the best way to draw this, if you can, is to get your rook as black on this rank. Defending from behind is a very dangerous policy, and I think this is the move to win. Now, can black escape? It's really hard. This is one of those endings you need to calculate, but I know the best defensive thing, if you can get it, this should be winning somehow, surely. Move the rook here? I don't know. It's not... He's making... I think you have to get your king around. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. But, of course, with no time on the clock, this is looking more like a draw. We're on move 134, and White is not improving here. Black's got the good defense now, so this is the defense, and then you put your king here. This is the perfect defense, and I have to say Black defended very well. This is actually what you want to get, this defensive setup, because there's a lot of stalemate tricks. If you can imagine the white king there and the bishop there, it looks like White should be winning, but actually rook g7 check and it's stalemate. So that's one thing I knew. I had that. I was playing one of, I think, the world's biggest open about 15-20 years ago, and if I'd have won the last round, I might have got first equal. I was playing Icelandic Grandmaster Stephenson, and I got to that ending, and I was basically pushing for the win, and he defended it perfectly, and it ended up being a draw. And I'm like, bloody hell, how did he know that so well? So knowing these endings is quite important. Okay, so we're back into this bishop b5 check stuff. And this is where I normally try to throw the g pawn up, but the other thing is he can go d4, and if he goes d4, this is where the g pawn goes, because it's all about trying to fight for the center from the side. And I want to go g4, and I want to do something with that knight, so that knight doesn't have as much influence. Oh god, what he could have taken there. Then I meant to go g4 straight away. That was bit of a mistake on my part. So this move is what I worked out as being very interesting, because you're fighting for the center by pinning the knight, and later on you might get kingside attacking chances. If you watch my Title Tuesday, you'll be very familiar with me playing this idea on numerous occasions. Now this is a bit of a boring move because the queens come off. I mean, I could keep them on there. Maybe I should have, actually. Maybe that would have been more entertaining. This is a very simple way to play when I'm now changing philosophy to just trying to control this square. But he has got moves like this. So let's do some damage over there. And now we will put our knight there. But he's also got this square, so I need to stop his knight coming to this square, and this is very important. So I want to keep control of that square with a piece. I think that's the only way I can try to get an advantage, which he's now stopping, so I don't see any other option, and he might have this up his sleeve as well. So I could... No, I can't go there, so I can't lose control of this. If he goes here... okay, if he goes here, I can try a tactical knight g4 move. Yeah, my king, with very bad square for my king now. I've just realised. Oh, if I go there, it's a draw now, because he can check, check, and keep checking, which I don't want. But if I play on, his knight is so good here. So it's a little bit stupid that I've done this, because I've allowed his knight right in. If I go rook here, it is a draw, isn't it? Check, king here, check. There's nothing I can do. So if I want to win, I have to play this. But this is, of course, risky, because his knight is so beautifully... Oh my god, I've just fallen into this. Playing like an absolute plum in this game. That was horrendous. I was just trying to find a way to win, and I've given myself... I just forgot about that move. Shite. And now we're really struggling, because I've allowed his pieces to come to the best squares possible. Oh dear. Yeah, God. That was a major oversight on my part. And yeah, it all started with my bad king move, and now this is really dodgy. Well, I can't allow his rook to come there. This is forced, and now he wants to come here. So again, my next move is... Well, he's got this move as well. Shit. Fuck a duck. Here, can I do that? Don't like it. Well, I also don't like it. It's terrible, isn't it? Here. Oh, God, I have to play here. Fuck a duck. And now we can win a pawn, but what else can I do? I don't see anything else. And now he just comes here. And I'm really struggling here. Well, this move's just going to lead to a losing ending. Fuck. Oh, man. His knight is so strong. What else do? I have to play this. Nothing else. He can just now start swapping off, win this pawn. My one saviour is I have some chances of drawing, but considering the position I had, I mean, I'm just trying to not lose immediately here. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if he just has a win. He's coming here. What do I do? I think it's just lost. Fucking hell. Can't move my... Oh, I can move it here, maybe? No, can't do that. How do I stop this? I don't see how I stop this. Ah, this is a really bad game. Really, really bad. Well, I think it's over, isn't it? It is over for the unknown soldier. Can't see anything here. There's nothing. I mean, I can try this as a desperate last ditch attempt, but yeah, this position was so good for me as well. And again, we've thrown it away. So I'll play on a little bit as well. You can't win from resigning, but I had a really good position, and I started to go wrong when I missed his knight coming around here. And yeah, this is just abysmal. I think is the right word for this position. You can pick this pawn up. You can do stuff like this as well. You can do too much. Oh, I can't even go there. And I'm losing on time. Okay, well, like I say, we're playing a little bit. You never know. He might blunder. As unrealistic as that is, if he wins, if he takes that pawn, which he's not going to do, not in a billion years. And I don't even see what I can play here to keep the game going. So his king comes out. He's got hundreds of moves. He can do this. Yeah, okay. It's obviously completely lost. So we can still get 8 points. So we're still going for that 7.5, I think, today. After we lose this one, I don't think we can really try to get any more than that. The way I'm going about this horrendous position. Can you get worse than this? I mean, he's not even taking my pawn. Yeah, well, we can't swap that off, but this is losing. His rook comes in. Desperate moves. Last ditch. He takes and takes here. What else can I do though? Oh, there. One of those ones again. Okay. Well, that was just my own fault for relaxing, to be honest. So this position should, around about here, just be a little bit better, right? I mean, I've done everything kind of correctly. And my pawn structure's better because he's got double pawns. I mean, it's not as good as I thought. And he found this very good maneuver, but I just put all my pieces on really bad squares, which is quite unlike me. For a start, I don't even think, maybe my knight should be coming to c6 and in here. So for a start, I mean, I know knight f6 is best, but this was tempting. And this was a good move, and now I just start to play really badly. So yeah, I should check first because the knight comes there and go rook takes knight, and this is the really horrible square. And now I should probably take the draw. And when I say take the draw, anything but play. This is one of the worst moves on the board, I think. Is there a worse move than this? Well, there's two worse moves, this and this, but I should just go for the draw and play rook d8 when I think he has to take the draw, because otherwise, you know, I'm effectively a pawn up with his pawn structure, and I was getting annoyed that he could draw in this way, but a draw is better than losing, I guess. Okay, so we have to win a lot of games now to get to 7.5. It's a big score. What are we on? We're on 3 out of 6. We're on 50%. Only rappers like 50%. And yeah, that last game was unpleasant. Okay, is Magnus still leading? He is dropping a half a point, so not at the top at the moment, but we will see. Okay, I'm going to pause again, and we're back with more action and better chess at this, the halfway mark. We're 6 out of 11. We've got the shit out of the way. So it's time to wipe that shit down, wash it away, purify it, and stop swimming in it. Not fun swimming in shit. Okay, second half of the tournament, and we always play the birds. I think I should be switching up the openings more. Whatever opening I tend to play, I always get some comment on YouTube saying, why did you play that? Why didn't you play this opening? It's like, I can't. You literally, there's about what 1,000 million openings, and you can't play them all in a 9-round event. So try not to be upset if you don't play your opening. So what we're going to do here, we're going to play the reversed. If he goes here, he goes over here. I was going to play the reversed Rapport Dutch. Now it's probably not as good with the knight here, so we just do a normal Stonewall. Obviously not really playing for an advantage here, and I should have put my bishop on d3 first to tempt this one, because now his knight can start coming on a good route. And I'm very happy if he gives up his great bishop here, because that bishop is good. And I wanted to play h3 and g4 anyway, so I don't think his plan was good, and maybe this shows a bit of lack of understanding of the Stonewall structure. Because if I can not win, but if I can exchange this bishop for this knight, that's a major benefit. And as we see, his last moves have not helped. So I'm going to attempt to start an attack now. And the reason this is quite nice to me is that his knight is so bad, right? And I could even try this. Should we do that? Advance all the guys. And now let's maybe even try to go over here as well. So we're just trying to get as much space everywhere as we can. If I was black, I'd probably take this one in this position, but then he loses a good central pawn, I guess, so it's quite hard to play for him now. He's a little bit more cramped, so I've got more pawns in the center, and I don't like his last move because he has an extra weakness now, and I might be able to sneak my bishop on the other side of my pawn structure. For example, this bishop at the moment is trapped, you know, in there. It's trapped like, I don't know, like a very trapped thing. But if I can get my bishop there, I get it on the other side of my pawns. So this is a good positional idea, and he's okay. So this is his point. He wants to counter-attack. Now I do have this to stop that. How worried am I about this? Can I stop it? Do I continue with my maneuver? This one, it gives him this square. Okay, let's play it. So this one, I stop the e5 break, but I open up my king, and I give him a very good knight. So it's kind of like not what I wanted to do. Okay, but he's moved his knight to a very passive square. I thought he would come in here where at least it's active. If he ever plays e5, I take and take, so I stop his break, and I do have a pawn break. Well, I thought I stopped it. Why does this work for him if I take here? What am I missing? Is he going to really sacrifice here? It's a whole piece then. I don't think this should work. And my idea of my play was to always stop this e5 break. Possibly he thought he could take a pawn here, but I have a couple of pieces defending that. And he probably is forced to sacrifice now. as other options were even worse. And be a little bit careful because my king is exposed. I want to play here, but this pawn drops. So do we... Got to watch out my king, do I? So, okay, it's still interesting, isn't it? My king's a little bit exposed. I stop this check. And I'm thinking I want to get rid of another piece. So the move that scares me the most is bishop in. But then I will take his rook and hope I don't get checkmated. Should be okay. Should be okay for me. Because if he moves his rook, then I will take that one, I think, and play a move like bishop d3, and my king's starting to get a bit safer then. So it should be good. He's only got one pawn for the piece here. So let's take that one. My knight's not doing much. And let's... Where do you put this? Let's put it here. Because I'm now threatening bishop c3. My queen defends the pawn. If he does grab a pawn, well, my rook can start hopefully getting active there. And I don't mind giving up some pawns to just consolidate my position. So... yeah, I mean, I could have put my bishop there as well. Might have been even better than bishop c3, but this is a good square. Okay, so I will give him that pawn. That's fine. He can have that. And if I go here, he comes in here. So let's keep up pressure against that one. And I'm even tempted to do this, but that's a little bit over the top, right? Is it over the top? If I take here, it's to take with the queen. It shouldn't work, should it? Do I defend? Okay, let's just defend this pawn. I've given him an... Oh, there's another one over there, but now this one works, right? Because his rook on c8 is a lemon. And we will grab that one. And bishops are quite good, my friend. They are quite good bishops in chess. And you can keep fighting, but surely there is a checkmate. Check here. Should be a checkmate here. And then we come in here eventually with checkmate. There we go. Thank you very much, Enrique. Recovery time. One more game to go in this section, and then we have another little break and we come to the last section. So let's have a look at Magnus's game. Magnus still playing here. Always good watching the top players. And he's in a bit of trouble here against Benjamin Bock. Benjamin has the extra pawn. This will be a massive sculpt for Benjamin. He's a really talented player, very good player. I haven't actually listened to much of his commentary. When I say much, any. I don't really listen to chess commentary at the moment, but maybe I should. And Benjamin now... I think with this move, just saying, okay, it's Magnus, I'll take a draw. But that's quite dangerous when you're playing Magnus. Magnus can grind anyone down, even though his position is dead drawn. If he wins this, I will be amazed. I mean, king here, check. Will Magnus take the draw? Is he actually going to try to win this one? King here will... go for a draw. Well, he's trying to win. Why not? It's Magnus. Magnus. And can Benjamin hold his nerve here? Good idea. When you're trying to defend, swap off pawns. The more pawns you swap off, the more draw it gets. And it's got that little bit nearer to a draw now. I mean, this is about as drawn can be. Magnus still playing on. Why not? Hoping for a blunder, and now black would probably try to exchange another pawn off, which he's doing. So he's moving his pawns to exchange him off, and something like this maybe. But then g4 is better. Taking a lot of risks, Magnus, because it seems like he's taking risks to me. Because now the black king could come in, but of course this is a draw. Not enough pawns left here. Any way you can win this? Wow. Even if you take the pawn off the board, I think it's still drawn, right? So, I mean, knight g4. Knight g4's a... Well, not now. Knight g4? That's a kind of flash move I would play. You just need to get rid of this one pawn. Okay, Magnus has had enough. He's agreeing to a draw. There is a limit to the magician's ability. It's very high, but there is a limit to everyone's ability. And let's have a little look at scores with those people at the top. See how they're getting on. Benjamin's still doing well, but Operin, did I not play him? I maybe played him last. He's on 7 out of 7. So let's see. But are there games going on still of the top players? Well, let's have a look at another high encounter. This is a weird one. Is this a fortress? I reckon this might be a draw. How do you break this down? Can you break this down? If black just keeps repeating, Duda is just going to go backwards and forwards. Maybe you need to get... I don't know. I don't see how you can win this because the bishops cover all of these squares. So you can't get in. How do you win? This is an interesting ending, right? This could go on forever. And Eragaisi trying to find a way to break it down. But black's strategy is pretty clear here. Just move backwards and forwards. How's he going to break this down? I can't see it. I think it's just a draw. It is. There we go. It's a funny old position. Even computers don't understand those kind of structures because they don't understand the concept of a fortress. Well, this crappy computer, which is probably only 3,200 strength, doesn't. Right, let's pause. We've got one more game in this section, and then there's the last bit, and we're going for 7.5, so we've got to start scoring better. The last game was a bit smoother, so we're just trying to win the next one, get to the last 3. I could still get 8 points. That'd be a miracle. But let's just try to stabilise the shit. That pile of manure. Stop it from tumbling on my face. This big pile of shit. It's just there, and you can just feel it wobbling. And it's coming to get you in the face, and you're like, manure, stabilise, and then suddenly it just turns into concrete. That's what we're going to try to do with the rest of these games. Concrete manure. Okie doke, so we tried nearly every first move except for e4. Kazakhstan, is that? Yeah, there we go. Look at me and my flags. They call me the flag Grandmaster. Bow, 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 bow. I can't believe on my YouTube channel, if you want to see it, it's very entertaining. I played a number of games over the board against Alexander Botes. Very fun, loads of banter, and she called me a plastic Grandmaster. Now, before you say anything, careful. I know what comments can be like. Good. I'm glad you didn't. I'm with flags. I'm at least FM level. Okay, right, so we have like a reverse French defense when I go here. We have a good center. I'm glad my opponent played this because I keep blundering a pawn of that square. And I don't want to exchange off light square bishops, so I want to have knight b5. And the reason for that is, in these structures, because my pawns are on dark squares, what bishop is good? The light square, because it can zigzag like a ninja, in and out. So that's why I'm throwing the knight in here, and given a chance, and he has given me a chance, I'll back it up with this one. So it's totally solid. And now, interestingly, I might try this one. It gives him a tempo, but the bishop on f2 looks okay to me. I say that very slowly. And you're not coming out. I don't want this one to ever escape. You can look at my pawn forever. You can even fantasize about pawn. Didn't mean to say that. But you ain't having it. You ain't having any of it. Okay, that looks normal. So, maybe I should just even go g4, right? I was thinking I'm going to go g4 here and gain tempo, but I could have done it a move ago. And where's that bishop going? I don't know. Is there anything more clever than this move? Probably, but let's keep that horsey out of the game. I'm trying to keep all of his pieces restricted whilst we improve ours. So this one now finding its rightful place. We don't want to exchange that. So do we come in? But then he comes back here. If I go here, he's going to win the pawn. Am I willing to give him that? Didn't want him to escape this. Rook in, queen d8. It's a little bit annoying, but I think we will go for it. So I didn't really want this because I'm going to have to allow him to get rid of this bishop. Oh, he's gone that way. Well, that surprises me because I have more options, right? I think I'm still going to give him this bishop, yeah? Okay, let's go here. Nibble. I'm in one of those moves where I could easily blunder, so I've got to like really keep my eyes away. I thought he should have gone to d8 because then he'd be threatening to take my rook in this position, for example. Queen takes rook, win. So I've given him the light square bishop, which I didn't want to do. But we have great control of the Freddy file. Where's that going? Anywhere? Let's just defend my knight. Been super cautious now. A bit too cautious, maybe. This one must have been better. But I didn't want to leave my knight loose here, so I wanted to defend it first. Okay. He's done a good job. Oh, shit. Of minimizing any advantage I have, but I still should have something with the open file. Where's that one going? What am I... Is he coming here? Okay, I've got to get out. Got to get out of the pin, right? Here, but then he does come there. It's weird. Okay, here. I want my knight to... Oh, no, I didn't go to c2. I went to c3. What the fuck? Okay, well, I don't know what happened there, but let's hope it doesn't cost me too much. I wanted it on c3 so I could defend like this, but now knight d6 is a move, so it gets rid of my knight. Still got this great rook. And some ideas of stuff like this. So he comes in here, defend that pawn. And he's very squeezed here, as he hasn't got many moves, right? So he tries to lash out. Now I could even take that one, no? Because his bishop's on Prix. I mean, keeping it closed is tempting, but okay, now he's going. This is his plan. And we see another square for our knight. And if he takes here, I might be able to flick him. Rook takes here. So he stops that idea, and I guess I should be pushing here now, so I get the f6 square for my knight. This is okay, so he's still trying to liquidate pieces off, and I don't really want to exchange that, so but maybe it's time to exchange it. And we're only a pawn up. Is that going to be enough to win? We got the Harry pawn. And where's he going over there? Anywhere? Anywhere? Is that something? No, I don't see. So let's use Harry. Queen here. Should be able to handle that, right? I could have also gone a bit more aggressive and been very cautious today. Okay. I think I want to keep queens on the board really here and just checkmate the bastard. Okay, I'm going to go for checkmate. I've had enough of this mincing about. I mean, could regret this. He's got here, right? Oh my words. Okay. What am I doing today, boys and girls? What am I doing? Trying to lose or be a hero. Which one? Which one is it? His queen has got far too active. Queen f5, king up. Looks a bit fucking stupid. Let's do it. Oh, and don't you mouse slip again. I've had enough of that. Here, does this work? Here, does this work? Threatening something painful on this square. And he hasn't... I can't see a defense, but... Knight takes, bishop takes knight. got 6 seconds. I can't see. It hasn't got any checks. Ooh, okay. Not perfect, but we're actually got now to 5 points. Ooh. So all we need is 2.5 out of 3. And then I promise you guys, if we get to 7.5 next week, I'm going to be just like, you're a GM, you're Magnus Carlsen. That's what we're going to do. 3 to go. And we seem to have a lot of white so far. I don't know what's going on. It's day of the white pieces. Okay, well, you're gonna see the next game any second now. And while that goes on, I must have another drink or something. So I'm gonna go and try to find coffee quickly. Back in a sec. All right. So we need 2.5 out of 3 to get to 7.5, which is a nice stable number out of 11. 7.5 is up there rather than down there, and we want to be up there rather than down there, don't we, boys and girls? So that's what we're going for, and we're probably going to get 2 blacks. It'd be nice to get one of these Richard Rapport Stonewall Dutches, because maybe it'll come, because I've been doing a lot of work on this, and it's one of my favourite openings at the moment. I mean, I love the Dutch anyway. We're going to get it. This is great stuff. So this is the next GingerGM course is going to be on the setup that I play here. This setup. And I have to say, I think this course is going to be one of the best ones that I've done, because a lot of work has gone into it, and it's a new secret course. And here we go. This is it. This is all in the course. We just go here and we try to checkmate with h4. And it can be very, very scary. This is the safest way to play, but I remember looking at this, and I came to the conclusion that we should be a little bit better here. How do we do that? Do we move the bishop? I think it's just this one. Again, this is all in the course, this stuff. I don't know if this is the recommended move, but this looks okay. I mean, we've got no problems. White is trying to swap queens off to keep it simple, which we don't mind doing because his bishop is bad. He can play f3, and he probably should play f3 now. He does. Good move. And now I'm thinking, was this the right way to play? It's always afterwards I play a bloody move, isn't it? But let's go here, and we're going to... Only because it's such a wacky positioning of pawns. If I take here, it's... I'm doing this more because it looks... I've never seen a pawn structure like this than anything else. Look at this. And it's just a bit trippy. So that's why I'm doing it. And I still think I have some chances to be better here. Maybe I'm being very optimistic. I have queen d3. So yeah, maybe I should have swapped those guys off first. I should have swapped those guys off. Because... now, why didn't I take the queen off first? That was a big mistake because he'd gone here. Okay, I'll have a look at this afterwards, and I'll have a look at my analysis. Brain's not working perfectly today, as you may well have guessed, because now I probably have to take here, and my pawn structure's suddenly worse. So it's gone a little bit funny, but it should still be okay, surely. c5, d5. Okay, so if we castle and play this one, he can come in and then maybe rook here or something. I don't know, it's all very weird, but yeah, I mean, I got exactly what I wanted, and I started playing like a donut again. A couple of moves I should have spent a bit longer. I was getting too excited. Maybe I've got ADHD. A couple of people have told me that. I mean, I'm not normally like this when I'm walking around the street, otherwise I'd be sectioned. It's a bit of a persona, but you know. Okay, what is going on with this trippy shit? Okay, now if I defend, okay, I think we should defend this, and if he goes, okay, this is his idea. This has totally confused me, those pawn structures. It tripped me out more than my opponent, and yeah, I'm not convinced this is good now, because if I come here, he takes there, and he wants to swap off pieces, and my pieces are not working, so why? Let's, even that I don't like. What else though? Okay, We need to save at least a draw to try and get to the 7.5 mark, but it's not looking that pleasant for me at all. When I say that pleasant, this position is probably, I'll be brutally honest, probably lost, especially after that, because he can take and defend that one. And if my rook comes in, his king comes back. He's gone this way, which should also be very good for him. And yeah, I've played this pretty badly today. Do I swap bishops? It's equally bad whatever I do here. Equally bad. Okay, we'll do this, but the position's pretty bad. When I say pretty bad, it's fucking terrible. Only hope to come over here, which he's now stopped, so rook's got to be activated in the ending. So we're going to try and activate Rookio. These two ideas. We need to just salvage a draw to get 7.5. Do I take this one? Do I take the other one? I'll take this one because we have this idea. If he comes here though, this is a bit slow, isn't it? Because he can come around the back. I'm 2 pawns down here. I mean, I have managed to activate my rook, but when you're 2 pawns down, it's a little consolation. He's played the best move, I think. Come in. And he's played the best move again. Bastard is playing the best moves. It's not very nice when they do that. I don't know how we're going to save this one now. Probably unsalvageable now. This is the best I can see. But even that is pretty shit. Oh God. At least we have loads of time. Come on, Simon. Use that Magnus Carlsen endgame magic. It's bloody terrible, this position. Oh, I've just blundered to this one, which he didn't see, but he can now go here. Same result, different day, and everything is bad here. Well, we can still get 7, so we're fighting on the last couple of games. I was going to say it's good to be playing again, but it's not. When you play like this, you get everything you want, and it's not good enough, and his king just comes in. Well, I mean, okay, he's like 500 pawns up here. I don't think he needs to do anything. 500 pawns is a lot of pawns. Can he blunder? Unlikely. Unlikely he will blunder. There we go. Oh, okay, so that's a dream opening, and let's see where it went wrong. So I know I had this position in my course, and you can see it's really quite nice of black. When I say position, I've had up to here before, and bishop d7 is okay. I'm just trying to think, what do you play after this? You play, okay, you do play this. So it was actually what I thought. I just needed to swap queens, and we're a lot better then. So this was just one mistake. I was getting carried away with these 4 pawns, but I forgot about this one. So as I said after the game, you follow your instinct, you just stop it, you go here, and then we get this position, and this is very, very nice of me. I think he has to go for the structure, but now after rook d4, it's completely different because he's tied down. He can't move this. This one's bad. I'm amazed that he's even in the game here with my rooks controlling. So just that one move got me in the trouble. And the one move was taking on e4, taking here, taking the queens off, and I'm quite a lot better. Later on, was there any chances? I don't know. It was always a bit grim, wasn't it? Oh, fuck off, Magnus Carlsen.
Some positional missteps let your opponent seize the advantage in the middle game.
And that was probably it, yeah? I mean, look, the opening's gone well, and then for the rest of the game, he's played very strongly. So I can't fault the rest of his game, but I missed my chance of swapping the queens off with what would have been probably a winning game. So let's get this done now. 2 games to go, 7 points. Let's at least get over 50%, and things will get better, boys and girls. I mean, I think one of the reasons I've been playing badly the last couple of weeks, when you've got things that I've got to think of excuses now, yeah, because like, you know, rather than blaming my own, you know, stupidity, it's nice to find something else to blame, right? So I'm just sort of putting it out there. But I think Charlie has been a bit, or that's been affecting me. That's, well, I don't know, who knows, but it's done now, and things will get better, and we will get stronger, and that's what we do in life. We get up, we get stronger, and we learn, and you know, we'll get ourselves in tricky positions. I'm sure some of you have been in a lot worse positions than me, and we just got to be kind. That is one very important thing. Be kind, be strong, and try to get better, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get back up to 9 points. 9 points we're going to get 1 week when I turn Stockfish on, which I'll never do. Not that desperate. 2 games to go. Okay, next game will start now. So our last white, and I think we need to, in this game, sacrifice something, right? I don't know what. My mind, my sanity. That was sacrificed. Hillbilly. That was sacrificed a long time ago. So we're going to go for the Hillbilly, and this is always fun. This variation. And the point of this is to get like a setup where you put your bishop here and your knight to g5, which my opponent's kind of going into. I could have played knight c3 first, but this is another way of doing it, where I'm going for this kind of formation. We can now decide where to put the king, because okay, my opponent's trying to do something over there. We'll take that one. My opponent also sent me a message, I'd like to chat, but I'm not be funny, mate. I ain't got nothing to chat about. I'm just going to try and crush you. I don't, you know, I'm not here for socials. If I want to have a social, I'll go down the pub and talk shite down there. I'm at the moment, no socials. No socials. We just want to kill you. And I don't mean that in a horrible way, but it is chess. And chess means kill. That was a very strange move my opponent played there, because surely now we're getting everything we want. We got this, and this idea, if we can get rid of that knight. And we might even have some idea of coming to the back rank. So this looks great. Now, how do we do this? This is a really good Hillbilly, and we're not even a pawn down. Well, this one is kind of, I mean, there's too many tempting ideas. The other idea is, okay, I'm going to go for this, and the threat is takes, and then we'll find a checkmate there somehow. So, for example, if my opponent plays queen takes here, I mean, this is everything. All my pieces are tremendous. It would be nice to sacrifice the queen, though. Can we go? Can we go? Or should I try to create a little bit of art rather than just winning? Like takes there, takes, and I have one knight for the queen. I heard that. Oh, no, he's trying to swap the queens off. We're not having any of that. Now, knight here, probably a very good move as well. Rook here. Let's force the issue. Let's get the rook in. And we... Okay, so, whoa, what's going on here? A bit trippy. He's finding some ways to hold on, maybe. Is he? What's happening? Takes... I don't know. I'm getting confused today. I'm very easily confused. Can't do that. Should be a win. Should be multiple wins here. My position's too good. It's confusing me. Takes... Queen takes. Ja, c'est gut. Knight here just feels like right, but maybe not. I'm so confused. This was a good move. Not supposed to play good moves. That's not fair, is it? Where's the win? Where's the win? I mean, takes... Okay, let's do this one. Now I want to come in and keep Frings alive. Again, my pieces look great, but this one is actually good for him. Fuck. Unbelievable. I thought, yeah, I've just totally missed. Nothing working today. Nothing. Wow. I mean, such a good position as well. Can I back spank him? Anything happening? Well, no, we don't even have any tricks here. Jesus. Unbelievable. Is there no tricks? Wow. Bad calculation. Queen takes. Everything comes off. No tricks. Knight takes. Yeah, unbelievable. Okay. Well, I mean, to throw away this position is the cherry on the cake. We'll try this. See if we can cause any problems with a back spanker, but it is a piece. So, wow. I mean, queen takes is what he wants to play, and that might work. Queen takes. I was hoping I have knight here check, but his king could just move, right? I don't think there's anything to worry about. Queen takes check, takes, bishop here, check, king here, check, king h8 wins as well. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I can't see anything here. It's rather depressing. Can't see anything at all. When I say rather depressing, it's bloody depressing. We'll flicker check in. But his king is just going to come back. Okay, come on, we can fight. Because he still can't move his pieces. Queen here will be played, I'm sure. Then I have to just throw my knight in. Throw it in. What happened to my pieces though? Where did they go? Where did they go, boys and girls? I don't know. They just disappeared. It's not very fair. He did play it. He played all the best moves. Now this one is also threatening checkmate. Just the kind of thing at this moment in time I would miss. We're getting desperate. Come on, Harry. Come on, son. This is pure, literally desperation of the highest level. Okay, we grab the pawn. Back we come. And we go ha 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 ha. And it's weird. I'm sort of pieced down but playing very calmly. We surely don't want to exchange off queens, but maybe we had to. Tactics? You're not allowed to do tactics on me. More tactics have I? No, I've got e6. Okay, we're still trying some bullshit here. Oh god, 2 seconds. Not good bullshit. Oh, if I had him there. And the bastard gets out of it. I thought I had him for a second. And he found some great moves there, didn't he? All credit to him. It's getting desperate now. Even when I thought I had him at the end, we didn't have him. Oh, man. You know it's bad when you even nearly trick them, but you don't trick them. Oh, okay. We can give up on this unless there's some miracle here. And that's me done. Okay. Before we call it a day, let's just see where the easiest win was there. And I will post this video. I will share the pain, but you know, we've hit the bottom. The slope is there. It's going to get back up. And yeah, so let's go. I mean, it was crushing the position. Again, losing the concentration is what was important. And I had every single piece attacking. It was unbelievable. Look at this. It's so good. And after here, anything should win. This was probably the trickiest move. I should just block this queen. Fair play on my opponent for finding a good defensive move. And now it's a little bit tricky. I probably have to start doing something a bit clever. And the move I picked, well, again, just not this one. This one was suddenly losing. And pretty much everything that went wrong, could have gone wrong, went wrong. Wah, wah, wah. Right, well, thank you for watching. And yeah, shit. Beer is all I'm thinking now. Cider or something. And we will try again next week. I don't think we're doing the later one because I can't stay at the office. I need to have a drink. And I need to find my keyboard as well. Cheers, everyone. Throw us a like anyway. I was going to say pity like, but that's just pathetic. Don't do that. Actually, just dislike this video. See how many dislikes we can get. Give me as many dislikes as you can give, because then it will get better next time. Cheers.